Good morning, guys. How are you? It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Another gorgeous day today. Sold 6 quantum engine gas tanks with gas cap. Sold them for an average of about $25 a piece. Only cost like $5 or $6 to ship, so 19 bucks, 18 bucks, something like that for a gas tank. They sell really well. Sold a bunch of other parts on eBay too. Getting close to $4,000 every 3 months, so decent amount of money. Average about $1,300 a month. Kind of crazy, huh? Look, if you save your parts like I do, you sell them on eBay. Could be a good extra income, you know what I'm saying? I just do it because I want to get rid of my parts, and I always need parts too. As you saw from yesterday, episode 4, or was it 3, of my LT1000, we got most of that stuff cleared out, and honestly, that engine really runs well. I didn't adjust the carburetor or anything. The throttle's up really well, idles very well. We fixed that muffler yesterday. That was kind of a challenge. And also I hurt my hand trying to loosen up that tensioner arm on the mower deck yesterday while trying to loosen up that PTO cable, which we ended up doing. I gotta tell you that penetrating oil from these oil products, I mean, I just sprayed some on the top, sprayed some on the bottom, let it sit for a little while. Next thing you know, it was loose, you know, so I didn't have to buy a PTO cable after all. Overwhelmingly yesterday on the comments from yesterday's episode, I asked whether or not you guys thought I should paint the tractor the same color green or a little bit lighter with some rustoleum dark hunter green, right? Or should I use the red sunrise red? Because as you all know, red tractors sell a lot better than any other color, you know? Actually, anything red sells very well, you know? So I have a can of that rustoleum sunrise red gloss spray paint, and I used that same can of spray paint to paint my yard machines. The hauler that I made, right after I painted it red with that nice color, I sold it in a couple of days. A hauler, you know, for $300 no less. So that was a good deal. While I was gonna list this one for like $475, $450, something like that, you know, I could just picture it in my mind. A red LT1000. How many of those you've seen? I actually had one. That one from Hallworth, New Jersey. Remember? Where I went, the guy actually paid me $50 to go to New Jersey to pick it up, you know, for gas and toll. I ended up selling that one for good money too, like $675, $650. He had painted that from green to red. Just looked great, you know? So now I'm thinking, if I painted this LT1000 red, you don't see LT1000s that are red, you know? I mean, you see yard tractors, you know, like the DYTs and those Craftsman, some are red, but not LT1000s, you know? So 100% of the comments were paint it red. Nobody said paint it green. So I guess that's what I'm doing. My friend Sam also suggested painting the rims black, so I could just picture in my mind that LT1000 red with black. That would look pretty badass, actually. That's what I'm gonna do. I got the tractor out now. Like I said, it's a beautiful day, just really gorgeous, you know. Hey Henry, why are you supporting the NYPD during this time? Well, honestly, think about this for a minute. The majority of the cops that are being attacked by the protesters around the country right now, they're all good cops. I mean, they signed up to protect everybody, you know what I mean? Most of them are good cops. They're not corrupt, they're not overzealous, they're not power trippy kind of guys like this Chauvin fella. So I feel bad for most of the cops out there that are being attacked by the protesters. What does attacking cops in New York have to do with what happened in Minnesota, you know? Why are all the cops that are good cops out there being bashed for doing their jobs, and for the most part, good jobs. You know what I mean? So I salute the cops out there that do their job every day. It's the bad apples that give them a bad name. Same goes for the protesters too. You have peaceful protesters, and then you have those yahoos who want to go and loot their own neighborhood and burn it down. It makes no sense. But you know, honestly, I mean, this entire country is in complete disarray. I don't remember it this bad, you know. And think about this for a second. Racism in this country is completely ridiculous. You know why? Because I remember more than 20-some years ago, right? Rodney King riots in LA. What's changed in the past 25 years? Same riots for the same reason. Sad, man. Anyway, that's just my take on the current events. I always have a take. Because I listen to my fantastic subscribers, I'm going to paint this LT1000 Sunrise Gloss Red. I have one can. I'm going to use it sparingly. I'm going to have to get this whole tractor red with that one can. I think I can do it too, because the hood should be okay. It's going to take me a long time to mask this stuff off. You see this sticker here? You see how it's faded white, but it still has the word Craftsman on here, right? I don't know if I could save this. I want to get the sticker off, or I just paint right over it, you know? I think it'd be easier if I just paint right over it, because this sticker it's on here really well. I mean, baked on here, you know what I mean? I was thinking about using that heat gun that I got from Sam, but honestly, it's at least smooth. If I use the heat gun and it doesn't turn out the way I want it, whatever, it'll be all rough, and I'll end up spending the day sanding it down, which is not worth my time, you know what I mean? I'm gonna try your dual temperature heat gun on another decal removal on another tractor in the future, but this one here is, I can just tell, it's so brittle and stuff that it'll be a pain in the ass for me to well, actually it's kind of rough already, you know, but I think it's a tall task to get this big sticker off. I'm going to try to mask off these the existing LT1000 sticker, and the other Craftsman sticker on the other side is Dunsky. This is the sticker on the other side. Somebody had already tried to pull this part off. It's sticky already. See? So you know what, Sam? I'm going to use your dual temperature gun and see what I can do about this. I can at least try to get this off, because look, it's already sticky. So if I sprayed over here, right, it would be, you could see it rough on the spray paint. I'm gonna mask this part off. I'm gonna take the lens out of here, and I'm gonna paint the hood first, and then I'm gonna try to remove the fender here, the one-piece fender. I'm gonna remove the foot pads. I have a feeling that there's a hole here, because I can feel it on the bottom. I believe it's only 4 bolts to remove the fender. Might have to remove the seat too. Remove the control panel quadrants over here for the shifter. Luckily there's no cup holder or height shifter on that side. And then mask off maybe that sticker over there, and this one's Dunsky already, so it shouldn't be that hard. I mean, it will be time consuming for the masking, but we'll do that all in time lapse. As you can see here, there's a pushed in crack over here. I'm going to try my best to go from the inside and try to tap it out, you know, and then hopefully the paint will just seal the cracks. You won't see it all that much. Remember, I'm not trying to make this a restoration, something that's perfect. Just want it red, that's it. & Decker oscillating tool that I got from my friend subscriber Sam. Go check him out on Red Oaks Mowers over on Instagram. Tell him Henry sent you. Thanks a lot, Sam, for this tool. It came with some other attachments, right? And it didn't seem like I needed to put those things on here. I didn't read the instructions. I never do. Anyways, we're going to just try this. I hope it doesn't fly off. About that, huh? That's pretty cool. Seems to work very well. Told you, there's a hole here. Man, that cuts my work in half, man. That was really easy. Still need to use a scraper in some areas where the rust is so thick, you know, that you need to have like a scraper to just get that off. But to smooth all the rust out, I mean, it's smooth over here, you know what I mean? So that would be nice. So as you can see, it did a pretty good job. I actually went from this back to the scraper again, right? And then I thought to myself, wait a minute, this kit came with
this thing, right? Which actually acts like a scraper, except it oscillates, you know, vibrates like crazy. It's very powerful. It has a quick release here where you just push down, right? You have to have more grip on it. You push down, it comes right off, right? And this goes on just like that, you know? There's another screw with a washer attachment if you had something else like other accessories or something, but this grips on here nice and safely because it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 holes that's in there, and it holds the blade under pretty good pressure. You could also turn it this way if you needed to get to special areas, you know. So this is very cool, worked very well. Once I used this thing to get down the big rusty paint chips and stuff, disconnected it, put the sander triangle back on, right, and it smoothed everything out, you know. I was checking the attachments to this. I would have to remove the battery terminals, the battery box, and it's actually not 4 screws but 6. So I decided that I'm just going to, you know, I have a lot of masking cloth, you know, drapes and all that stuff, old blankets and sheets and stuff. I'll just cover up the sides and everything, and I'll just paint around it like I did the other thing. You know, it'll be fine. It's pretty good, you know, it's pretty smooth. I mean, it's not going to be perfect, of course, but I just wanted to get it red, you know. So that was the Black & Decker oscillating tool. Works pretty well. I will tell you, it's pretty powerful. So if you're not holding on to it with like 2 hands and stuff, and you like look away or not pay attention, I mean, you could get hurt from it. I mean, you could oscillate your foot, you know what I mean? And also in delicate areas such as plastics and things that you don't really want to damage, if you have this thing too close to it, the metal blade one, I mean, it'll cut a screw right off, right? And I think with this thing you could actually use it to get nuts and screws and bolts off, you know what I mean? So it could be dangerous, and it's pretty powerful. So you have to keep that in mind. It's not exactly a super safe tool, but it gets the job done very well. Staying on the theme of the SAM gifts, right? As you guys saw, I removed the headlight lens and the bulbs and that reflective cover that goes over here, and I'm just going to paint over it. But I'm going to try to use this dual temperature heat gun that Sam gave me a while back. I've been using this to heat up the tape for the seats. So like I said, this sticker here is sticky, right? He was curious to see whether or not this would work well with removing stickers. It's on the highest setting, meaning it's super hot. That. It's melting the tape. I mean the decal. Man, oh man, look at that. Like butter. The heat is practically vaporizing the decal. So look, while it does remove the decal, right, it's so hot that it just sticks to another part of it. So you have to, it's actually kind of rough now, you know. So I don't know. I think this is now more trouble than before, isn't it? I could have just painted over it and I'll be done. But now I got to try to get this stuff off. Now it's like, you know what I mean?
Hey guys, what's going on? That's right, I've been busy. I only had the one can, right? And the other one had like maybe 1/10 left, you know? So unfortunately, I used most of the can on the hood, and it looks fantastic. I even banged that little crack over here, got it out, and snapped right back into shape again. You could still see the crack, but I mean, it's not protruding anymore, you know? And then I found another can that was like 75% full, right? But the nozzle, it wouldn't come out. You know, you would take the nozzle off and you would push the little stem in there. No air would come out, so it was like clogged. So I just thought, man, what a waste of, you know, perfectly good Sunrise Red paint, you know? So I took a plastic bag, see? And I put the can in the plastic bag with the screwdriver in the opening, held it, and I took a hammer and went bang, right? All the red paint just went into the bag. And then I took the bag and I poured it into like a soup container or whatever. And then I brushed it on the parts where you don't see very much, you know what I mean? All the rusted parts around the battery and around the footwells and stuff, just so I can cover most of the parts where I don't need to mask off, because if I spray, I have to mask off. And of course, it's all rusted anyway, so I could put it thicker with a brush. So that's what I did. So then I took the remainder of the paint and I went around it, right? And then, of course, what happens when you take, and I used up that can. So I had another 1/10 can. So what happens with the 1/10 can when it's almost empty? That's right, it has to be vertical, otherwise you're not going to get that paint out of there. Unfortunately, I used up most of the can just to get this good, you know? I mean, it looks really nice, you know?
So anyway, with that 1/10 can, I sprayed the remainder of it on the body, right? And it also looks great, except I ran out right around here. So this is not fully covered. I could still see a little bit of darkness there with the green. You know what I mean? You guys see that? Right around here. You could see that there's rusty spots there, the holes. You can't avoid that unless you want to put Bondo on it, you know what I mean? Which I'm not going to do. I mean, I guess it looks alright, but I could use another can, but I think it's alright. But, so I want to try to get the lights working, right? But I don't want to touch it and put it on the thing because I might smear the paint, you know what I mean? It's not completely cured yet. So for me to get the wiring and all that stuff, I got to put the hood on to see if the lights work. Or I could just test the circuits and see if I got volts coming out of that wire. As you can also see, with my suggestion from Sam, I did what you said, Sam. I used all the stuff you gave me today. The Black & Decker oscillating tool to get the rust off. Works great. Thank you very much. And I took your advice as well as everybody else's vote on painting it sunrise red. It looks great. Really catches the eye. And did your suggestion on painting the rims black. It really does look great too. I had to wipe down the wheels first, get the grease out and all to make it clean before I went around it with black. Painting them black was very easy because the tire's black, so you didn't have to mask anything off, you know what I mean? Not to mention that quick color 98-cent black paint from Home Depot. You don't really have to mask off anything. I took some of that, went along the deck too, both sides, so that looked good. Looks like new, huh? Pretty cool. As you guys also just saw through time lapse, I sold that green lawn boy for $100. It's a pretty good mower, you know. The blade maybe need to be changed, but you know, vibrates a little bit. But guy didn't care. So $100, $100. Didn't even try to haggle with me, man. Cha-ching! Anyway, I'm gonna start this up, and I'm gonna use my multimeter, and I'm gonna see if there's any 12 volts coming out of here. If not, there's a fuel solenoid wire that I know is switched 12 volts. So I got my multimeter ready, and I'm going to try to start it up here. I hope the blades don't engage because I've got this cloth under there, but it shouldn't. I've got it choked. Fuel shutoff is off. I've got no voltage coming out of this wire. Let's try the other one. Got 13.9 volts coming out of that wire. So I'm just going to take this wire, cut it, route it over there, connect it. So this is the fuel solenoid wire I got from the other side. Since I don't have a fuel solenoid, I don't need it. Just going to splice this. And this is the wire to the lights. You can peek in here. Over here, it does not go into the wiring harness. So I'm just going to clip both of these. Just like that.
things are so difficult to open up. There we go. So the black wire is going to be negative. And the gray wire is going to be the positive. That's what it usually is. So we'll strip this gray wire. Strip the black wire. And actually they both look gray. This is just dirty. So I'm going to connect this gray wire to this gray wire. I'll button this up later, make it cleaner, but I just want to see if it works. And then this black one here, I'm going to attach to like a bolt or something. You know what I mean? Like right there, right on the engine block. So I connected it, grounded it, and now we're going to test it. And I'm going to try to pick up this hood without smearing the paint because I'm impatient like that. I should just let it dry. But no, I'm impatient. I'm going to try to get this on without touching any of the red parts. Yeah, all right. Now I'm going to connect it. And let's see if the lights work. I didn't put the lights in the socket, so I'm just going to turn it on and see. Ooh, there we go. Looks like one light bulb is out. Oh, there we go. Awesome. Oh. Man, that light bulb's hot. Guess it's supposed to be hot. There we go. Awesome. Oh, I just touched the hood. You know what? It's mostly dry. Holy cow. Yo, does that look awesome or what? That looks awesome. Man, oh man, that looks great, doesn't it? I'm glad I thought of it. Thanks a lot to all your suggestions, fellas. This thing looks fantastic, doesn't it? Maybe I'll sell it for $5,000. No, I'll probably sell it. I'll list it for like, oh hell, I don't know. $650, $675. Settle for $500. Hey, you know what? That's the beauty of things, is that you could test the waters. You know what I mean? It's not a great day yet today. Tomorrow, when it's a nice day, watch it rains tomorrow, I'll take this out, take some great pictures of it, and then we'll post it up and see whether or not we list it for $675 or not, you know? Anyway, this thing looks great, doesn't it? Huh. Now this one doesn't work. Ah, there we go. Lights. Fantastic. Pretty busy day today. Paint job, get the lights working, sold my lawn boy, mowed my backyard. You guys didn't see that, but the masking, the painting, the wheels, the deck, everything, it took a long time, you know. The result is great, though. It looks great. Oh! You thought you thought I was getting rid of you already, huh? Look at this. You saw me. I painstakingly masked the LT1000 sticker, right? And cut around it with a razor blade so that it would be die cut. Whoa! Look at that! That's no Craftsman sticker, though. Anyway, I'm glad you guys came along with me today. Thanks a lot for your input on basically interactive, a poll where, you know, I asked red or green. 100% of you guys said red, and you're right. It looks great. I'll buy it for $675. I'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.